I spent over a year spamming LeetCode, and I went from not even being invited to interviews to landing an internship at Google 4 months later. Today I'm going to distill everything I know about it so you can achieve the same result in less than 3 days. There are 5 key points. Number 1. Just use Python. When I started I was stubborn with C# because I wanted to be a game dev. And after 1 month of being constantly rejected, I started watching YouTube videos about getting a tech internship. And in one of them, the guy said that my biggest enemy isn't the problem, it's the clock. So I said to myself, how can I squish that extra time, extra 5 minutes to solve one more question? So let's imagine we have two guys. You, a Java prodigy, and me, Python spamming idiot. We have 60 minutes. I do 5 questions, you do 4. Who gets the job? Look, in those classic LeetCode tech interviews, they want to check 3 things. If you care enough to prepare, how good you are at problem solving, and whether you can communicate your ideas. And Python will not magically make you better at those things, but it will give you more time to do it yourself. Oh, and here's the kicker. You usually don't get autocomplete. So if you show up with Java and have to type map string list integer mymap equals new hash map those greater than things parentheses semicolon just to declare a dictionary, yeah, good luck with that. In interviews, you have to minimize the input and maximize the output, and that pretty much leaves Python. Number 2. Don't keep the streak. Okay, it's true I did daily LeetCode for almost a year, but during this time I didn't learn shit. I did it because I enjoyed it. You see, the time I actually learned something was in these lighter squares, meaning I did a lot more questions on these days. For example, here I believe I was preparing for my Google interview. That's why I believe 3 intense days are enough for anyone who just wants a job. And when I say intense, I mean it. So let me break this down for you. I read this book, Deep Work by Cal Newport, and he explains something called attention residue. And basically, every time you switch tasks, your brain doesn't fully transition. A part of attention stays stuck on the previous task. So, if you are doing one daily lead code for 30 minutes, your brain never even gets the chance to fully switch into this problem solving mode. And after you submit it, you basically only farm dopamine by keeping your streak alive. And I say it because I strongly encourage you to employ some level of deep work within your life. And for this video, I'll show you how you can do it in LeetCode. So, you want to minimize the friction. And what I mean by that is once you open this problem screen, you never leave it and just go to the next one without even clicking off. And you do it by using these arrows. And if you never dove into this attention optimizing niche, imagine you have brain points. Let's say 100. Solving a question takes 20 points, and searching for a new one takes 3. By doing basic math, you can see that even searching once makes you do 4 instead of 5, and that leaves us with 2 ways. You either just do the entire curated list like top interview 150, or you prepare your own. And you of course do it the day before because preparing a list also takes brain points. And LeetCode lets you create your own list once you click on this little star icon. I will tell exactly what you should include later in this video. Second, batch your tasks. I pretty much walked through it in the previous point, but let me explain it on an example. When you go to the gym, you don't do one set of bench press and then come back in an hour for set 2. That would be insanity. You do your entire workout of 15 sets in one go because switching destroys progress. And I don't get why people don't work in the same manner. Do the entire list you planned in one sitting, and when you start batching your task into these blocks of deep work, I promise that you will do exponentially more work. I would say even 100x increase. And 3. Eat the frog. If you are before an important interview and think that LeetCode is the highest leverage task at the moment, you do it the first thing after you wake up. No morning routine, no breakfast, no banana peel rubbing. It's disgusting, but you don't even wash your teeth. You just do it because right after you wake up, your brain is the sharpest. And if you think you are better doing it later in the day, try it for at least one day. If you feel bad, that's fine. I respect that. Maybe you have a little bit different brain than the most. But you must try doing it at least once. From all that, I want you to remember one thing. Your brain has a warm-up period. Stop making it restart constantly. So that's it for point 2. Now let's get back to actually LeetCode specific topics. Number 3. Spend no more than 40 minutes on a question. I have this friend and he's also in the trenches, and when he gets stuck on a problem, he hesitates to check the solution and can spend the entire evening on one question. It's not that deep. If you completely have no clue what the question is asking, go check the solution, understand it as much as you can, maybe watch a LeetCode video, and come back to it next day. I also like to plan things, so here's my timetable to solving a question. You should start doing something right after understanding it. And what I mean by understanding, it's clear to you what the output should be after some given input. Maybe not exactly how, but you just know what should come out of the function after you put something in. And when I have trouble with this part, I like to visualize it in Paint. And if it still doesn't help, you can check the discussion tab, but watch out for absolute morons that post solutions there even if it clearly states not to. Now, what do I in this context mean by doing something? In the best case scenario, obviously writing the solution. And if you can't think of anything, brute force it. Maybe what you think is brute force is enough, and it's always better to do something instead of kinda just sitting there during the interview. And after you write brute force and get time limit exceeded, give yourself up to 5 minutes, and if you still can't think of anything, check the tips. And if you still sit at the problem for more than 40 minutes, check the solution. Question might require you to know some weird algorithm or trick, and there is literally no point in trying to come up with it yourself. For example, follow up to 169. Majority element. To solve it, you have to know Boyer-Moore majority vote algorithm, or try, or come up with it yourself. And when you start doing hard questions, pure CS theory will be even more common. I also want you to be very skeptical of those time and memory charts after posting the solution. Sometimes you can be in the first 10% and sometimes in the bottom 30% with the same code. And if you are not on the top, keep in mind there are some very weird people that will create if statements for every test case just to be first. And you can't beat them. Number 4. Mock interviews. When I got my Google interview invite, I didn't just grind LeetCode. I did interviews with my friends instead. And it's the same strategy that got me and them offers at top tech companies. So the first step is finding a partner. You'll need somebody to mock interview with. A friend, a classmate, even a Discord random. And this will be counterintuitive, but don't pick the smartest person you know. Pick the most fun one. Motivation beats skill every time, and if you are dread practicing, you won't do it. If you are laughing while coding, you'll keep showing up. Of course, it also has limits. Don't take someone retarded or people who don't know they will eventually have to look for a job. Now, once you have someone, interviewer picks like 3 questions, best with follow-ups, and before you write anything, explain what you want to do and why. It helps you find whether you will write some complete nonsense. Now you want to interrogate your interviewer like a cop. You can ask stuff like, is the array ever empty? Can numbers be negative? Or should I optimize for time or for space? Most candidates skip this. Don't, it's free credibility and it shows that you care about what you are writing. And if you don't have anything to say while coding, you can just be quiet. I don't know why, but some people think they must yap all the time. Okay, let's say you are finished. You walk through your code with the worst possible input or some edge cases, and if you have a good idea, point out the things you would improve on if you had time. And last, tell him about time and memory complexity. If you still don't get them, bro, what the fuck, go watch a YouTube video or something, you lazy ass. And that's pretty much it. Number 5. Pick meaningful questions. When I first started LeetCode, I thought quantity equals skills. And I would grind some really weird stuff. And it's a waste of time. It's literally the Pareto principle. 80% of problems come from 20% of patterns. Obviously, if you have more time, try to master even obscure shit like try trees or bit manipulations, but you should focus on hash set and arrays. And if you would apply the Pareto principle once again to the patterns, it would come up like this. 80% dictionaries and arrays, 20% other stuff. So this is the thing you should master. And for junior position, you can be pretty much certain that they will ask you something about it. The other 20% are the things from blind 75 or other list. Mostly focus on the thing you see on the screen. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you found this video useful, you can engage with it and check the links below. And that's it. See you in the next one.